Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farm, and I'm out here today at the National Association of Trailer Manufacturers. They've put on this expo to promote innovations in trailer manufacturing as well as safety features. So it's an awesome show. I've already walked around a little bit, and my goal today is to find the coolest, most interesting things at this show and show them to you guys, and also kind of talk about things to look for when you're buying a trailer. And I'm going to ask these manufacturers, like, what are the features that really differentiate between two trailers that may look similar in terms of build quality or features or things like that? Should be a lot of fun. Let's get to it. All right, so I've got Jonathan here from Liberty Trailers, and he's going to tell us about this dump trailer. This sucker right here is pretty sharp, actually.
Yeah, so thanks, Brock, for stopping by. So this is one of our best-selling models. This is the LD 16K 83B8 model. So that's a 16,000-pound GVWR. Actually, we rated at 17,500 pounds GVWR I-beam frame telescopic dump trailer. Couple key points to look at here. Obviously, we've got the heavy-duty I-beam frame that this dump trailer is built on top of. This model, since it is 16,000 pound, that means it has two 8,000 pound axles. We also build the same exact trailer with two 7,000 pound axles. Brock's pointing out there the fork holder. So if you've got a skid steer and you've got forks, those fit right underneath there. So a convenient way to carry your implements along with you. If you look at this model, actually has our optional 4-foot high sides. They're actually 44 inches. We also build this in the 2-foot high sides as well. If you notice the top, we've got the wood side extensions as well as the raised front so that you have extra cubic capacity on your box.
Are these rails that you see on a lot of these trailers, are they to put a strap on?
Yeah, they're to tie down your tarp, secure that down. Obviously, the tarp kit's included on this. A lot of manufacturers have done away with that tarp securement rail. We kept it on there because that helps you secure and make sure you don't have debris blowing out of your dump bed, just in case something flies out while you're going down the road. Another thing to point out is going to be the front here. We've got a heavy-duty 12,000 pound jack, and this trailer is actually equipped with a brand new feature that we just launched this week called the Detach and Defend Removable Tow Bar System. So a lot of folks worry about their trailer getting stolen. It's actually a real big hazard of leaving your trailer at the job site. Obviously, you can take your coupler out of your channel, but thieves are getting smarter now. They're bringing their own couplers and bolt them in. You can still steal the trailer. So what we developed is actually a pretty simple solution, but it's a pretty effective solution where the entire tow bar can actually pull out of the channel, and then you can lock this defender shield into the receiver tube and secure the trailer at the job site.
Yep.
So,
and then that has a key that goes right
that has a key. It works just like a hitch pin lock that you have on your vehicle. So it's a proven solution. We've actually had this tested to make sure that you're not going to have any issues going down the road if you do use this, but just kind of blocks everything so you don't have a way of hooking up the trailer to steal the trailer. And that's a brand new feature. It's available on all of our I-beam frame dump trailers, equipment haulers, and tilt trailers, available now at your local dealer.
Awesome.
A couple other things to point out. Obviously, you see this big telescopic hoist at the front of the trailer. That's a 12-ton telescopic hoist. That gives you a full 45-degree plus of dump angle so that you don't have to worry about aggregate sticking inside your dump bed. You also don't have to worry about front loading your dump bed. So it gives you a lot of flexibility and a lot of forgiveness if you do front load the dump trailer.
So if you're loading material in a dump trailer, sometimes you don't know exactly what it weighs. And I always, like, if I'm at a rock yard, I have them, load the exact right amount of rock. But when I'm hauling dirt, or I've overloaded a trailer before, and you can tell. And I've had it where it wouldn't lift, and I was up in there with the shovel. So with this type of telescoping cylinder, you're not going to have that. If it's overloaded, it's still going to lift. I don't overload your trailer, but if it happens, you're better than having to shovel some of that out.
Yeah, obviously we don't recommend overloading your trailer at all, because even if it can lift it, you're still putting pressure on your running gear components and other parts of the trailer. But a lot of other dump trailers, you have to load it exactly level for it to lift. With this telescopic cylinder at the front, it gives you a little bit better leverage. So if you do front load it, even if it's right there at the max capacity, you shouldn't have any issues with that. We also have the max endurance top rail here. You see, this is a fully formed rail that goes down both sides here. Gives you a little bit of protection should you have a bucket fall down on your sides or whatnot. That should prevent any type of damage. Now, all of our dump trailers are equipment ready. What that means is they come standard with a slide-in ramp package. They also come standard with rear stabilizer stands on this model, as well as D-rings inside the bed. So you can load up skid steers and other compact equipment inside the bed.
I've already mentioned this today, but I've got a video where I load a machine without this, and it was pretty sketchy. I had once where it lifted my truck all the way off the ground with a 10,000-pound machine.
It's it can result in very dangerous loading conditions if you're not utilizing those properly.
Now I see this pops out here too, 7-gauge floor.
That's right. So a lot of other dump trailers will have a 1/8 inch diamond plate floor or just a lighter gauge floor. We use a 7-gauge so that if you do have rocks and other type of heavy aggregates, you're not going to see the floor start to get dented and that waving effect that you'll sometimes see.
Yeah, and I notice in here that this is a solid one-piece floor all the way to the front.
That's right. If you don't have seams, then there's less opportunities for things to get damaged, less opportunities for the floor sheets to start coming undone from the cross member. So we do a single piece floor on this model here just for that very reason. You also notice we've got a combo style rear gate. So that means these gates open like barn doors, or you can open them as a spreader gate. This latch here will open up the bottom, and you can meter out aggregates as you're pulling the dump trailer down, dumping rock or whatever. Of course, all of our dump trailers and all of our trailers are backed by a 3-year structural warranty. We'll take care of a lot of things that aren't covered under the warranty if there really is something wrong with the trailer. We take a lot of pride and stand behind our products. Of course, you notice the sticker up front. I gotta point that out, American-made, commercial grade. All of our trailers are proudly made right here in the United States. We have a plant in Fillmore, Indiana, as well as Sulphur Springs, Texas.
So I just put all of our focus on this dump trailer because that's what I'm the most interested in. But you guys make a wide variety of other types of trailers, right?
We do. We got a couple more actually here in the booth. We won't have to go over all the features here, but our tilt trailers, this is one of our I-beam frame tilt trailers. It's a very popular model for us. We also build flatbed goosenecks. You have one of those here in the booth as well. We also build a large variety of equipment haulers. Obviously, we have many more dump trailer models. We also build utility trailers and car haulers as well. So full complement of commercial grade products.
All right. Hey, thanks for showing them to us.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right. So this trailer right here has some of the coolest features I've seen so far at the show. And there's actually a bunch of cool features on this trailer. But the one I want to show you first is this fully telescoping cylinder. So by far, I would say telescoping cylinders are the best setup for a dump trailer. But normally a telescoping cylinder stands up 3 foot above the bed, and it can get hit by things. If you wanted to have something sticking out the bed, that's oversized, you've got that problem. This is a more premium cylinder where it's a 5-part nesting vertical cylinder. Now, to incorporate that and not have that stick up above the bed, they put an angled front on the trailer. But what that does also is it helps the material dump better without going all the way up, and less material getting stuck up in the corner. So that's like an accidental added benefit. It's also, most of these dump trailers are going to have a tarp that you pull across. But as you're pulling a tarp across like this, you're kind of fighting it and you're dragging it, and then you go to the other side. And if your material's low, it's not a problem. But if this is full, it can be a hassle. With this one, it's got a crank handle. You just put a handle on right here, and it normally can stay on there. And you just spin that handle, and this thing lifts up and falls into place. So that tarp is a much better design, if you ask me. This trailer's also got some really nice steps on it. You've got a nice heavy I-beam frame. It's got solar charging built in. Then of course all of your battery and your hydraulic pump and everything is in here like normal. But this trailer also has a hydraulic front jack. And it's kind of like you've already got the hydraulics for your dump bed, might as well put them to use. So it's a really premium feature. Now this trailer's got some crazy nice features, but it's actually not much more expensive than a traditional dump trailer. A full-size 14K dump trailer is going to run you around $10,000 minimum. Then you start going up from there with additional features. Now they said this one you're looking at probably 11 to 12, depending on the dealer you get it from.
So we're in dump mode right now. So if you had a bin of garbage or mulch or any other product, and you imagine you had a dump body on there, the product is going to be starting to flow out. And you're going to be dumping it wherever you are needing to dump the product.
So this company is called Swap Loader, and basically what we have here is a dump trailer without a dump bed. And I wasn't familiar with this setup, so I've stopped to ask these guys some questions. So you want to tell me a little bit more about the application and what people are doing with these?
Sure. So really what this is, like I was mentioning before, this is a hook lift trailer. The hook lift is really designed to be a Swiss Army knife of moving equipment around. You can have multiple beds, really any type of bed you want on there, most popular being a dump body or a flatbed or vacuum trucks, things like that. Essentially, it enables you to have multiple pieces and types of equipment with one truck, or in this case, the trailer. Swap Loader has been around for about 30 years, building hook lifts here in America for that time. This is brand new. We've introduced it to the market about 6 months ago. And so we're basically bringing the hook lift technology into a trailer application that you can move around with your pickup.
Yeah, and so what you were telling me earlier is that this hook system, I didn't realize, but that is already commonly used in the larger scale commercial application. But now an everyday guy who's got a small business can use that same system and can use that with multiple dump beds for a haul off business or things like that. But you can also put on any other type of bed for like an equipment hauler.
That's exactly correct. And like you were just talking about, if you have a flatbed body, a flat deck body, you can load your equipment on the ground, strap it all down, pick it up, and move it that way rather than have to drive it up on the trailer. It's just a way to really fully utilize your equipment. That's really what we're doing here.
Awesome. And you said this is rated for 16,000 pounds.
Yep.
Can it actually pick up that much weight off?
Absolutely.
If you have a dump bed and it's just loaded down, it can lift it up onto the bed.
Yes. Yep,
Awesome.
Absolutely. It'll pick that up and maybe even some more. We're not supposed to say that though.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time to tell us about it.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So now I'm over here looking at Viper trailers. This is a dump trailer that has a couple little things that my previous dump trailers didn't have that I was interested in. I want to show you. So I really like this framework right here that lets you just drop a 2x in there to add and remove your rails. The dump trailers I've had before, I built sidewalls that dropped into the stake pockets, but that was a lot more cumbersome to do. So I really like that feature. I like the drop legs on the back. My other trailers didn't have that, and I find it to be a real safety thing. For me, that's a must-have. If the trailer doesn't have it, I'm going to add it. So I've got Tyler here from Viper, and he's going to tell us about another type of trailer that I find really interesting. I think they've got a picture of it up here. So this is a dump trailer with this flat spot in front of the dump bed for hauling equipment.
Yeah, so that's a 14-foot dump trailer. It's almost exactly like this model, but it does have a 5-foot platform on the front for equipment. The ramps, instead of being on the side like they're on this model, they're actually accessible in the front, and they can be accessed from both sides. So if you pull up to the job site with your equipment, it doesn't matter if you're facing north, south, east, or west, you can get the equipment off both sides of the trailer, depending on which way you pull up.
Now that's something different. I've never seen the ramps on the side of the trailer. Why do you choose to put the ramps here instead of sliding underneath?
Really, it's an ergonomic preference point. We've had guys come to us and say that they don't like the heavy or the weight of the ramps bending over, pulling them out from underneath the deck. So we're able to just unpin it, lift them from the side. They're already at a standing height. It's not straining your back. And then it also keeps the construction underneath the trailer simpler and a little bit cheaper too. We don't have to build a big rail system underneath the dump bed that we're worried about too.
So on this trailer, what I find, a dump trailer is one of the handiest things you can have. It's got so many uses, but if you're picking up stuff that's too heavy, you have to make 2 trips to get a machine there.
Right.
And it really bites into the profitability of doing any kind of work with it. So is that platform there designed to put something like a mini skid steer or a piece of equipment like that
That's
on?
great. Yeah, a mini skid or a lighter equipment on there works really well. Some kind of like concrete buggies and different buggy equipment too works well on there.
I've never seen one of those, but I've seen pictures of them before. How do you get the machine up there? What kind of ramps? Does that have a side load ramp on it?
It's very similar to the ramps, just steel and angle iron ramps. They're actually pictured up there. They're mounted on the front of the platform. So instead of being on the side of the deck, they're up there on the front of the platform. That's that kind of gate looking thing up there. And those are the same ramps that would be used on that platform on the front and in the dump bed as well, if you're hauling equipment there too.
That really seems like an amazing feature to me. Now, one concern I would have with that is if you don't have a machine up there, now your center of weight is further back. So I think you'd need to make sure that you are careful in loading all your weight to the front if you're not going to have a machine on there.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. Your weight balance is a factor there. So we've actually done the math in placing our axles appropriately that if you just load the dump bed, there's still enough steel in that platform that should be well balanced as far as the trailer goes. They're not so far forward that it's in the center of the trailer that you have to load both, and they're not so far back that it offsets and puts too much tongue weight on your tow vehicle.
So is a trailer like that going to be similarly priced to this one? And can you tell us approximate pricing?
It's a little bit more expensive that way. There's more steel and there's some more features in that one. That one's also built as a scissor hoist trailer too. Now this one is a dual ram twin cylinder, and we build that one as a scissor hoist also that way. They come in about 25% more expensive with the platform on the front. I mean, it's an extra 5 feet of trailer on that trailer.
Okay, so then we've got that. We've got a regular dump trailer. We've got a utility trailer. And then what is this? This has a very unique look to it.
Yeah, so that's our drop deck trailer models, our V-ramp trailer, we call them. And yeah, so the axles, it's built on torsion axles. The axles actually pivot around the deck, and the deck lowers to the ground. So instead of having a tilt trailer where it tips up or a equipment trailer that has ramps on it, the deck itself actually lowers to the ground. You can drive right up on it, and then a hydraulic system lifts it up off the ground, and you're ready to roll.
Very cool. Well, hey, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, it's great to meet you.
I've got Jake here from Buckshot Trailers, and he's going to show me some of their products. You want to tell me a little bit about your company?
Absolutely.
Where someone could buy one of these?
Yeah, so thanks for coming out, actually, first and foremost. So Buckshot was born in Ulysses, Kansas 4 years ago, and we moved our manufacturing side of things down to Mexico about 2 years ago. So yeah, let's take a look at some of our items, our products. So this right here, we're featuring a new series. This is our Titan series. It's a new deck over. It's our first hydraulic dovetail. And this one you can get, it's got a GVWR of 30,000 pounds, but you can upgrade to like a 40K GVWR package, right? So it's a pretty special trailer.
And then both of these front jacks are hydraulic, you said?
Yes, sir. That's an add-on option, right? You can, standard feature is obviously just like normal jacks, right? But you can upgrade to hydraulic. What we've done with the tongue is we've re-engineered the space between the tongue, which, you know, now we can fit a larger toolbox. And another pretty special thing about this trailer is the engineered frame. As you can see, we've got it's completely engineered. And then our Pro sway control is actually a different way of controlling the sway of the trailer. We put tubes sideways instead of like in between the frame, instead of putting just one large tube alongside of the trailer.
Man, look at the size of that tube.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. If you want to come take a look at the rear, this is a 12-foot hydraulic dovetail. We've done a lot of testing to it. We broke it a couple of times, so we had to like figure certain things out. But as of right now, it's capable of lifting up to 12,000 pounds.
So I can tilt this down hydraulically, drive a 10,000-pound skid steer on it, and lift it up?
Yes, sir, 100%.
All right, what do we have here?
So Buckshot started off with a fuel trailer, right? Just like the standard regular fuel tank for like farmers and such. But then we decided to step up the game. This is actually a new launch for us. This is the fully commercialized fuel trailer, right? No hazmat license required. Sits below the 1,000-gallon capacity. As you can see right here, we've got 9 individual tanks of 110 gallons per tank, right? This way, you know, you're under the standard where you're required to have a hazmat license. As you can see, we've got a 25 gallon per minute G-Pro pump. Let's take a quick look at the hose reel. So this is a 50-foot hose reel, right? DEF system obviously is optional because I mean not everybody uses a DEF, right? DEF system, so that's an add-on option.
So you can do 100 gallons of DEF and 800 gallons of fuel if you want.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And those are for which tank is being used?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've got separate valves for each tank.
Well, that's a serious operation. So is this farmers using this, or is it more construction crews?
I would say both, honestly. So if you're like a farmer that needs to haul fuel to certain locations where you need a commercial license or whatever, you'd probably take this tank because it's rated for commercial use. But I would say it's more targeted towards industrial use.
What's something like this cost?
This one is sitting for $17,500 right now.
Oh, that's less than I thought it would be, honestly.
Yeah, but it's a competitive price.
All right, this is a pretty nice trailer from AA Trailers. This is their newest design. It's got hydraulic front jacks. It's got the telescoping front cylinder, which I think is definitely preferable. You see the size and how strong that I-beam is. It's got this feature that I like. You know, we all want to focus on build quality because the most important thing is that the trailer's heavy built enough that it's going to last, it's going to hold up. How thick is the deck? How are the seams on the deck? And like this one doesn't have seams on the deck. That's a premium feature. We all want to focus on build quality, but some of these nice little things really matter on usability. And I love little features like this. You know, a lot of these trailers at the show have that to easily add that top board. Just little things. I think this is a must-have, having the drop leg. And most of these trailers at the show have it, but the ones I've bought didn't have it, so it matters. I'm no expert on these designs, but this one, the way this frame is built is a lot different. Something else that really matters to me, if you want to load a piece of equipment in a trailer like this, the length of your ramps really matters. And because it's pretty sketchy, these trailers sit high. And if you have a short ramp onto a high trailer, it can be pretty sketchy loading. And I've done several videos on loading equipment. These ramps are 7 foot long, and I'm interested to know if that's standard because an extra foot on the ramp makes a big difference. So this is AA Trailers. So this is EB Trailers. Now, I've been looking at aluminum trailers here at the show, but I really passed by them and didn't record anything because none of them are heavy duty enough. And for me, if I can't put a tractor on it, it's not, you know, that practical. So this is the first manufacturer I've seen at this show that has high weight limit trailers. And this one, instead of a tilt deck, this entire bed squats down for you to drive on the back. That is really cool. What do they call that? It's called a kneeling trailer, which, you know, traditionally your tilt deck trailers are where the half of the deck tilts. Then you've got that problem of where your machine's going to sit on the breakover and different things. So very cool feature to just drop that gate all the way down. So here is a full-size dump trailer that is aluminum. It's got the telescoping front cylinder. And, you know, you've got a lot of benefits to this. With a dump trailer, everything is about how much weight can I carry, and you have to subtract the weight of the trailer. And with this, the trailer is going to be a lot lighter. The benefits of the aluminum trailer are obvious, that because it's lighter, you can put more in it. It's not going to corrode. And also because it's lighter, you're going to get better fuel economy. And because it's aluminum, it's not going to rust. It's going to last you forever. They're really nice to look at. Typically, I've always thought of them as light-duty application trailers, but these are not. So this would be an awesome trailer. Now, the downside, I'm guessing that any of you can guess what the downside to this trailer is. It's going to be more expensive. Whereas the trailers I've been looking at that would be comparable in steel would be in the range of $10,000 up to maybe $16,000 for this size, and this is a $24,000 trailer. So that's the trade-off. So here you've got a huge equipment hauler trailer. We've got this gooseneck. I mean, this is a monster of a trailer. So if you're looking for an aluminum trailer built for heavy hauling, EB has got it all. These are out of my price range, but they sure are cool to look at. All right, so this was an awesome show. Had some really interesting conversations with some of these manufacturers. Hopefully the video was interesting to you. And I've set up something else that is going to happen in about a week or two. I'm going to be doing a tour at a manufacturing facility that makes trailers. And we're going to get really in depth on some of these build qualities that I barely touched on in this video. So I'm really excited about that as well. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.